Hi everybody, it's Tina at Tina Stitches. I just thought I'd try to do a vlog style update. Today, I don't know what day it is. I'll insert that here. It's Sunday. It's the Sunday after Thanksgiving in the US. I know that for sure. Anyways, I've been stitching like crazy the last 2 days. And I need to stop, so I just thought I would just show you where I am. I've been updating on Instagram, but for those of you who don't follow me there, I will just show you what I've done so far. So this is Heaven and Earth's Beloved by Adele Sessler. There's the picture. And I have been stitching non-stop the last 2 days, and I have 8 colors finished. Now, I think I had 2 colors finished when I started, and one of those was the main gray color in the background. I'm not sure if I like this method. But I will try it again. I think the problem that I had was that I went with the major color first, and then it was hard for me to keep track of where I was with my other confetti stitches. And it is very confetti heavy, as you can see. I'm doing this 2 strands over 1 half cross on 25 count white even weave. So that brings me to 8 colors finished, and I think there's only 8 colors left. 7 if you don't include that one stitch right there. And this is the edge of the page. The black I've traveled over with because I don't want there to be a page line. I park for the most part, but I travel over into the other sections, I guess, because I don't like the lines that it leaves when you just park, all doing columns at a time. So that is my update for today. And now I have to put this away for the week because it is at my desk. There's my project bag. It's all packed up, ready to put away, because I really should have my computer on my desk so I can do my schoolwork, which is overdue. So I really have to stop. And housework is also being neglected. So that's my progress for today. Bye. Hello everybody. It's Tina again at Tina Stitches. Today is Sunday, December the 3rd. And I have not got anything ready for Christmas. I decided I was going to start putting up the tree and everything today, but then people showed up again. And husband has to clean the chimney, so he can't pull out all the stuff that's right in that area. And I don't want it to get dirty anyway. So anyways, I went looking again for the pants to make my son's stockings because I have to get those done this year. And I looked through those boxes again. I figured I must have missed one box. Move something a different way. Maybe they'll just happen to show up. And they didn't. So then company showed up, and then I decided to look through my bin of shame, and I don't even know what prompted me to look through that. But I looked through it, and lo and behold, look what we have. We have the pants. These are the pants that both of my sons wore for early Christmas. Now, I know my oldest son wore them the first Christmas. My second son, he would have only been about 4 months old, so I'm thinking this was his second Christmas, but they both wore them. I don't think there's going to be enough material to do both because the Haid stockings are huge, but I have that other piece of black velvet, and I can just incorporate. What I really wanted to incorporate was like the strap and the button as the loop part and decorative piece. So anyways, now I need to find a piece of fabric to use for my lining, and when I was down looking through those bins, I think I found some nice neutral-ish, goldish kind of satin that I could probably use for the lining. Anyways, I'm going to turn this off now, go and dig out that satin, and I will try to get some stocking assembling in today, and maybe for my next video there will be a tree and everything up to show you as well. Hi, this is Tina at Tina Stitches. Today is Monday, December the 4th. I am getting ready to assemble the stockings, and I just thought you might like to see what the back of my stitching looks like. This is the back of the stocking Woodland Santa by Donna Gelsinger, a Haid chart. And as you can see, I do travel with my threads. I try to stick to light being traveled behind the dark. And when I'm traveling over light colored stitching, I try not to go too dark. I am kind of surprised up here, you can't really see it, but buried under there are some reds and oranges. And I'm kind of surprised myself that I did that, but I think I might have done that just because I know this is for my son. He's not going to be nitpicky about whether or not he can see a strand of thread through the stitching. And he's only going to see it a couple weeks of the year anyways. As you can see, I do travel quite a ways sometimes with my thread. And when I go a long distance like this, I tuck it under just to anchor it a little bit. After this has been washed, the threads have come loose. When I'm stitching, it is taut, but not so tight that it puckers. And so now it's loose, but it's not going to come apart or anything. Everything's anchored really well. Anyways, I just thought some of you might be interested in seeing it, and there it is. And now time to cut it out and assemble it, and hopefully there'll be a finished product for the next video. Bye. Hi everybody, it is Tina at Tina Stitches. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to do a update on some of my whips, show you a couple of finishes, and maybe tell you some plans. And I was going to do the Christmas tag, but I don't have that written down. I might be able to look it up. It's been a month since my last update. My last update was in middle of November. It's now December 17th, and I have a little bit of time to do this before my staff party. I already got my stuff ready for the potluck, so I'm good to go. Not a lot has happened as far as life. Dogs are good, kids are good, job is good, school is good. yeah, it's Christmas, and it took me a while to get all set up, but it's all set up now. And we're not ready. Still got to do some shopping. I hope to get a day off later in the week to go and finish that up. We'll see how that goes. I don't have little kids anymore, so having grown children makes it a lot more difficult to buy for them. And they're at the age now where I don't really have to get them anything. They should be buying me stuff. And I just found out earlier that apparently they did. So now I just got to get the hubby something. And my mom. So yeah, there's still a few people on the list that I want to finish up. And it's too late to do online shopping, so off to the store it is. And they're really hard to buy for. So you know how that is. I think I am just going to get into the whips. I don't have a lot to show. It is a lot, but it's because it's been a month. And to be honest, I didn't look at my last video, so I'm showing you everything if something hasn't changed since the last video. Which I think, actually I think the only one I didn't work on, which I'll show you anyways, but that's the Sugar Plum Violets stocking. So I'll just get that one out of the way because apparently you've already seen it. And I didn't bring the pattern. I'll insert a picture of the pattern here. And this is where it is still. No progress since the last video. It would work up quickly, but I've had other priorities. So this one took a back seat for the month. So that's just Nan's Sugar Plum Violets stocking on 28 count off-white. That was in my stash. Don't know, even weave. Don't know the brand. The next one I'm going to show is almost a finish. It was so close to a finish, but turns out in my stash I am lacking the beads required to make it a finish. So I've been stitching on this along with Sylvie at Beck Island. I'm not exactly sure. I hear that she's not feeling well now, and I hope she gets better soon. And I don't know how far she is on this. I think we're pretty close to even. But here's my, well, this is the pattern, Prancer, by Nora Corbett, part of the Christmas Eve Courier collection. And here's my progress. As you can see, I got everything except for the beads done. I have some of the charms. Sorry about that. So I don't know where I left off. So yeah, I need the beads. I When I started ordering these patterns, I had ordered Rudolph and the Sleigh first, and the beads required for those two patterns. And I had started all of them in May with Mania, but Sylvie had got this as somebody had sent it to her, and I thought it's good motivation for both of us to stitch it together. And then I did not realize that I did not have the beads for this particular one. So that's why I am at this point, and I am not going to order the beads until after Christmas because I did put them on my wish list, but I don't know what I'm getting for Christmas from my children and my husband. So maybe it'll be a Christmas Day finish or a New Year's finish, depending on when I get the beads. Because I live in a rural area, getting the actual beads, I cannot go to an LNS. I have to order them online. So, Christmas Eve Couriers, Prancer, nearly finished. That is on 32 count Nocturne by Picture This Plus. Yeah, 32. So that's one whip, and I worked on that quite a lot. It's easy. It was easy to pick up and do a few stitches in the half hour or so that I might have between work and class and sleep. So, what's the next one we got here? This one is one that I have not worked on for almost a year, and I decided to pull it out again and put a few stitches in it because it was Christmas, and I did a little bit, just a couple days. I will have to insert a picture of what it looked like before here. This is what the pattern looks like, and this is another one that I'm doing, stitching along. It's hard to see the picture, but it's Crystal Christmas by Nora Corbett. And Georgia, an online friend, she's doing the other companion piece, and I cannot remember what it's called, but it's a similar design. And here is where I'm at. When I picked it up, I had this angel done, and really I'm working on this one here. This is where I was working, and there's so much sparkle. It's really hard to catch it on camera, and I'm not even adding the beads yet. I saved the beading for the end. Yeah, this is all a fuzzy, sparkly rainbow gallery. And there's Whisper down here, which is fuzzy, and then all the gold, green and purple, it's all Kreinik metallics. So that one is, I should put more into it, but there's just not enough time in the day. And that's on 28 count Belfast. It was whatever it called for. Maybe it's 32 count. I will try to figure that out and put the proper, make a note here. And the next one to show you is Christmas Eve Fun, the stocking I'm making for my dad, which some people on Instagram, if you want to check that out, that's Tina Stitches 74 on Instagram. And somebody thought I had it finished, but no, sadly it was not. This is Christmas Eve Fun, Dimensions Gold. And like I said, I'm doing this one for my dad. It just, the scene of it reminds me of my childhood. That would be my dad, me, and my brother. We had a dog. We did have 2 dogs. There's 2 there, so I don't know if I'm going to change the color on the dogs. They're pretty generic, and my dogs were, I think one was black and white. I don't remember them, I was so little. Anyways, so that's what it's going to look like. And it's still on the floor frame. Should have taken it off, but it was too much work. And there's where I am now. I'll put a picture in of where it was before. But yeah, just more on the house, the wreath, some back stitching, lots and lots of back stitching, which I do as I go because I do not like it. I don't want to save it for the end. The only reason I save beading for the end is because I don't want to break beads in a Q-snap or a scroll frame or anything. That's that one. And one more, another big one. And I will show you what it's supposed to look like. And a few people have started this that I've noticed. I don't know if it's because of my video that they've been inspired. I know Yanni at Yanni Stitches has said that she's enjoyed watching my progress and inspired to stitch it as well. And I'm sure that she is whipping right through it. That girl can stitch. Beloved. Artwork by Adele Sessler. Designed, charted by Haid, Heaven and Earth. This one is regular size. And here's, so I'll put a picture where it was before. And here it is. So last time, if I remember right, and the picture will show you where it was, but I'm pretty sure there was a big chunk of this section to do. And since then, I've done this page and started this page as well. This page here, I did cross country, and I'm stitching 2 over 1 half cross 25 count white even weave, and I decided to go cross country with this page to give it a shot, and I'm not sure if I like it. I think I prefer parking, and to be honest, right now I'm doing a combination of both. I don't know why I got it in my head to finish off the ones that were started, the ones that I had parked on that second page. I was finishing them off, and I don't know why I went ahead and did that when I should have just used the parking method just to keep going. Sometimes just get lost up here. And so that's all my whips. That was quite a few. There's some progress on some, and no new starts, I think. It's been so long since my last video, so I'm not sure where I was on all these projects. There's definitely no new starts. I did finish that little stocking, and it's on its way to its recipient, and it's overseas, and it cost me a fortune to send that. And it would have cost even more to send it with signature required, like with tracking. And now I don't know where it is. And the recipient hasn't got it yet. And I sent that, well, over a week ago. I know I should give it some more time, but I hope she gets it before Christmas. That's all I can say. Plans right now, work on my dad's stocking, and I might have a new start in the new year, but it's a small start, and I'll show you that soon. And work on my Haid some more. I might work on Crystal Christmas some more. In place of where I was picking up Prancer in the evenings, I might pick up Crystal Christmas instead, because Georgia is so far ahead of me. She has 3 of the cherubs done, if I remember right. And I need to get caught up. We started this in early 2016. I can't remember exactly when, but it was about the same time as my Mirabilia Mystery, which is still not finished. And I was stitching that along with somebody too, and I don't think she's finished either, so I should pick those both up in the new year and start working on those, because now there's no pressure for stockings, right? So yeah, the one new start falls in the same category as my stash, so I will just go to stash, haul acquisitions, stash acquisitions, SEX, whatever you want to call it. Everybody calls it something different because some people don't like the way some words sound. I don't know. Because I was in that exchange with the ornament, I placed an order for myself, and they were stalling on sending the order until they had the last piece. And I said, I can't wait any longer. Send it now. They said, well, we can sub it for this. I said, okay, that's fine. So this is 32 count Lagana Vesper by Picture This Plus. and it's beautiful. I'm not entirely crazy about this splotch here. But I think that'll be fine. And I also grabbed some more Whisper and another charm for the couriers. And whenever I order scissors for a buddy, I order some for myself. So sneak peek, right? I shouldn't have said anything. These are a cute little pair of scissors. Little flowers. I don't know that they're sharp. They're good. But I have found that I do like the Sullivan brand of scissors, and they make a wide assortment of designs. And I use them, I think, more than any of the others that I have. And they're affordable too. So check those out if you don't already. But the reason for this fabric is for my potential new year, new start. And that is for Nora Corbett's Silver Dragonfly. And I think that would go beautifully on the green. I wanted it to be kind of swampy. And when you're ordering fabric online, it's not the same. You can't tell by the pictures exactly how they're going to show up. So that's the second piece that I've bought for that. The other piece I'm gonna use for something else because it ended up being too dark for that design. And that was it. Everything is already kitted up for that one. No other plans, but I do have some finishes, and I'm gonna go and get those right now. Just a sec. Okay, so here is finish number 1. This is Long Winter's Nap Stocking by Hay. And as you know from the clips that I've shown at the beginning, I was able to find the pants. This is the suspender strap from those little trousers. And on the back, can't really tell, but there's a seam here and here. And there's 2 different types of velvet. Can't tell. It's in the other clip too. But yeah, their pants. There was not a lot left from those pants, let me tell you. Because there's stocking for the younger son. Because when we had cats, they were always in his room. So they were pretty much his cats. And this is the stocking for the older son. And Winter Wonderland, I think it's called. Donna Gelsinger and Haid. These are huge. So they are just a slight bit bigger than my husband's, but not much. This one is on 28 count, 2/2. And this one is on 18 count, 2/2, 2/1, Zeta. And by doing that, because the designs were different sizes, they turn out being pretty much the same size. And those are my finishes. And I will insert a little clip at the end here of my living room where my stockings are hanging, and the tree, and the buddy tree. And I think aside from that, I think I am done. I am going to have 2 weeks off of school in about a week. I have 1 more week left than Christmas break. And I might be able to film another video in there regarding New Year, New Start, Christmas haul, maybe. I tried doing the vlog thing, and those you've already seen because I'm going to put those at the beginning, but I don't know if I like that style. It's a little bit mash up for me. But getting this all set up and then doing it this way is also time consuming. And then people show up. And you know how I feel about that. And you're probably going to have to turn the volume up because I know I talk quietly. I have people living in the house and I don't want them listening to me babble. Anyways, I'm going to say Merry Christmas. I hope you guys all have a wonderful Christmas. If you celebrate, if you don't, happy holidays. You know, we all mean well when we're at Christmas. And take care of yourselves. Happy stitching. Okay, here's my living room. I haven't done very much decorating. This is the only room that has decorations. Here is my buddy tree, ornaments that have been gifted to me over the years through exchanges. Most recent one is this little cutie right there. That one was last year. And there's the one from Georgia a couple of years before. One from Angela. This one goes from there to there. So it's 2. She stitched it twice. And then over here is my red and gold Christmas tree. Not a whole lot of special things on it because I put those all on the other little tree. And then we go this way. There's some of my village, which I had collected a while back. It's not focusing well. This here was a curtain panel that was on clearance for $3. And it's faux silk with faux fur, And I just cut the one panel and the full fur trim hangs over. And then we get to the stockings. This was a freebie by Lavender and Lace. Stitched, I don't know. Okay. That part was the freebie. The lettering and the bands I did myself based off of the Celtic Noel bands, which is right here. I've shown it before. I did have to take it apart and put a interface inside it so that it wouldn't be so floppy. But now it hangs nicely. And this is my husband's stocking from a Stitcher's World magazine. I do not remember the year. I'm going to say mid-90s. And the two that I finished this year. All finished, hanging up, waiting to be filled. And these are the pant straps. Not focusing. The suspender straps from their pants. And on the back, more fabric from the pants, some filler, and more of the pants. And both stockings are finished the same way. This one is on 18 count. To make it the same size as the one on 28 count. Lots of detail in them. And this is a Hardanger stocking that I had done a few years ago. And the person it was made for has passed away, so it is now Gonzo's stocking. And there's another little village scene. And that's it for my Christmas decorating.